Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Yeonni, and today I wanted to talk about my absolute favorite topic in the world, which is talking about my insecurities. Okay, clearly it is not my favorite topic in the world, if not something that made me a little nervous putting this video together, but also I very thoroughly enjoyed putting this video together because I think there is some strength to being able to talk about our insecurities to the internet, if not to the internet, or just talking about it in general. This video was inspired by the My Perfect Imperfections tag. I saw Whaley do this a few years ago. She was tagged by Jen, I don't really know. But so basically the original tag, you talk about 3 different things about yourself that you're insecure about and 3 different positive attributes about yourself. But I decided to put a little twist into it. Instead of stating like 6 different attributes about myself, I wanted to talk about 3 different insecurities that I have that I am actively working on flipping to positive attributes, because I don't want to just let those, like, blurt out those insecurities and just let them sit out in the universe. So I specifically picked 3 things that I've been really working on throughout my life. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's just get straight into it. So the first insecurity that I've always had growing up, and even to this day, is my face. My face features, in a way. So growing up, I've always been told that I have resting bitch face. They call it RBF, right? And I didn't really understand what this phrase meant. A lot of people that met me for the first time would find me intimidating. And I found this out by just like the way they would treat me as opposed to other people, the way they would speak to me as opposed to other people. And sometimes even people who became close acquaintances and friends, they would kind of like tell me and let me know that they didn't want to talk to me initially because I intimidated them. And that always got me really confused, because I would like to think I'm a very friendly, approachable person, but something about my face and something about my presence really made them uncomfortable, which no one really wants to hear. And being kind of perceived as someone who is hard to approach, someone who seems intimidating, I internalized a lot of these thoughts, and I would kind of seclude myself. I would isolate myself from social situations, and like I became so like overly sensitive to social cues. It could be totally nothing, totally unrelated to me, but I would think, oh my god, that person just left the room because they hate me. And it's kind of self-centered in that way, but also humans, we like to think the world revolves around us, so it's something like that where I felt like because I was in a room or I was in an event, I was making everyone uncomfortable. And so like I wouldn't even give like making friendships or like connections a chance, because I was already like shooting down potential connections I could have with people just because of my perceptions of how other people were perceiving me. I would even try to be like fake. I would smile more, I would laugh more, and now looking back, it's really, really cringy how fake I could be to try to please people and like go beyond whatever they're seeing to show them that I'm a nice, approachable person. Don't let other people's perceptions alter you. We as humans, we like to kind of put people into boxes, put labels on them, because it actually makes us feel more comfortable. It makes us feel like we can kind of size up other people in our society. That way we know what to expect, we know what they're gonna be like, what they're gonna say, what they're gonna look like. What I believe is people are gonna do that anyway. It's just human nature, so just forget about it. Like, if people like to put you in a box, people like to size you up, they say you're a certain type of way when you're not, don't let their words change who you are. This is my face, it's what I was born with, this is how my face morphed throughout the years. What am I gonna do about it? Having RBF, I try to force myself to smile when I was upset or angry. Like, I decided not to do that. If I'm angry, I'm gonna be angry. And just kind of realizing that people are gonna say what they wanna say no matter what made it easier for me to just live my life how I want to live it. Hey, you're intimidated by my presence and my face? Sure, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna let that change how I interact with you, how I interact with other people. If I go to social situations, I'll do what I want to do. And I just kept the focus on the I as opposed to being so worried about what everyone else is thinking about me. My second insecurity I wanted to share with you is, this one's a little harder to share because it's something I can hide, so you might not even realize. But it's my thighs. I don't know, I can't really hide my face, right? So it was a bit easier to deal with, like, you know, like forget what the world says, this is my face, whatever. But when it comes to body image, I've always struggled with more of like my bottom half. My top half, I'm pretty like, I don't know, whatever normal is in society. Like, I don't gain much weight on my top half, but I'm pretty like bottom heavy. So if I eat a pizza, eat some burgers, gain some weight, goes straight to my butt and my thighs, and it's just something I've never been able to change. I struggled with this a lot growing up, especially because being an Asian woman, there's very strict standards of how Asian women's bodies should look like, and in general, pretty much I have to be really thin, like all around. I should be like a stick, essentially. But somehow a stick with boobs. If you look at K-pop girls, like they just look like Barbie dolls. Whatever, that's them, but I'm not a K-pop idol, whatever. I'm just a regular Asian woman trying to live my life. But let me tell you, it's been so difficult growing up like bottom heavy as an Asian woman. A story I could tell you is one time I was in Korea shopping with my mom, and I picked out a pair of shorts because it was summer. I can't even imagine what it feels like to be warm. I feel like it's been winter for so long in New York. Anyway, I picked out these shorts, I tried them on, I walked in front of the mirror, like my mom's standing there, like the clerk lady, like the store owner is standing there. She came over and like saw me in the reflection, and she was like, "Oh my god, yeah, those shorts really look good on you. I think you would be so beautiful if you just lost a little bit of weight, especially around the area," like gesturing to my hips and my thighs. And I was like, oh my god, what? I think it's also like a middle-aged Asian women thing, or maybe it's a Korean thing. I don't want to generalize too much, but a lot of middle-aged Korean women feel like they're entitled to opinions that were never really asked for. So the fact that she wrapped her comment in a way where like it was to benefit me, like I would be so much more pretty and attractive if I lost some weight on my hips and my thighs. Let me tell you, I've never had anyone so, I mean, besides, you know, Korean family members are always gonna be like, whoa, you should lose weight, whatever. As a Korean American, you kind of learn to tune them out. But when it's a stranger commenting on your body as they look at your reflection with you, that was just, and I'm so proud of how I reacted in that moment. I was clearly upset, and I let her know. You know, I talked about my RBF, right? So I'm very expressive in my face. So immediately I was angry, and everyone in the room could see it. And the lady saw it. So she was like, "Oh no, I don't mean that in like an ill way. It's because you're such a beautiful girl. Like if you just lost some weight around your hips, you could be just like Girls' Generation, 소녀시대, like, you know, like the Korean girl group band." And I'm like, is that supposed to make me feel better? You know? And then she just looked at me. My mom was like, "What's going on?" And I walked straight into the fitting room. I, you know, changed back into my clothes, and I didn't look at her, and I just left her store. And this is where the tip comes along, is society tells us different is wrong. Different is not attractive. I just actively try to go against what everyone else likes to tell me about my body and how it should look. Being able to see myself in the mirror these days, I'm not as critical of what I see because I love food. Pizza is amazing. Hamburgers are amazing. Food brings me so much joy, and the constant battle I would have with, oh my god, if I eat this, like my thighs are gonna get bigger. I was just like, life is too short to live that way. And just being able to see myself in the mirror and not be so quick to be like critical has helped me throughout the years to see myself and be like, I have a very unique shape, and it is who I am. And I think over the years I've learned to just, you know, accept it, embrace it. And you know, these days I even feel sexy when I see myself in the mirror, and I would have never thought that this day would come. It's really just turning it around and kind of tuning out the chatter of like societal expectations, cultural norms, and just kind of sitting with yourself and being real with yourself. I am different, I am unique, and unique can be beautiful. Unique is beautiful and empowering. I don't want my body to look like a copy-paste version of girls I see on Korean TV. First of all, it's not possible unless you shave down the bone that is in my hips. Like, my hip bones are just very large. I can't do anything about that. I'm so glad that there is more embracing of different body shapes, different skin types, you know, all of these different things that make us unique and beautiful. The third insecurity that I've had all my life and I'm still struggling with is my sensitivity. I've always been a sensitive person, like really easy to cry, really easy to like feel things more than other people, to the point where like I'd be like, what's wrong with me? Like, it doesn't bother other people too much, but it bothers me so much. So I would always be overthinking situations or things that happened to me or things that happened to other people. And I hated being so sensitive because growing up I was taken advantage of a lot because of my sensitivity, and I just wish I didn't care so much about people. Like, even when like friends growing up, like they would hurt my feelings and like gossip about me, you know, like high school drama as usual, like middle school, high school drama. Like, I still cared about the other person that hurt me, and I was able to see the situation from their perspective, and like it would have been so much easier to be like, wow, like screw you, you're awful, out of my life. But like, I gave people second chances, third chances, fourth chances, to the point where sometimes it would become like a really, really negative, manipulative circle of just giving people my trust and my heart like entirely, and getting hurt over and over again. And my mom would tell me, like, what's wrong with you, you know? Like, you're not this angel. I used to hate when she would say this to me, but she would say that I had like an angel syndrome, as if it was like a defect I had to feel so much for people. Now, looking back on it now, I've somehow made a career out of being so sensitive. Well, not made a career, but I found the career that best fits me being so sensitive. And being sensitive and empathetic and being able to think from the other person's perspective helps me to do my job. If this is the first video you've seen from me, I'm a social worker. I'm a therapist. And in order to be a social worker, therapist, be in this role, you have to care. You have to be sensitive to other people's needs and to your own needs. And my boss told me this a few weeks ago. It really empowered me and helped me to feel more competent as I did my job, because as with any clinician or anyone in this field, it's very easy to feel the imposter syndrome, which is a video I made before. Imposter syndrome, where I feel like I'm a fake and a fraud. And she told me that it is easy to teach anyone how to do the paperwork, how to do the documentation, how to do like the technical skills. You can train people to do that. You can teach people to do that. But you can't teach someone compassion. You can't teach someone empathy. You can teach them like the bullet points of what it feels like, what it could look like. But she told me that one of my best attributes as a clinician is that I so naturally like oozed compassion and sensitivity and empathy for my clients. That leads to the tip. Sometimes the things that we think are our weaknesses can actually be our strengths. I thought being sensitive and feeling too much was something that made me weak, something that made me, you know, weird or different. But it turns out it was able to be one of, if not my most positive attribute that has also helped me to find a career and a purpose in life, and also do it well. And that's it for my 3 insecurities that I still struggle with. I'm not lying to you. Of course, these are things that are very deeply, you know, engraved into who I am and what I do every day and how I see myself every day. So it's still very much engraved into me, but it's something that I'm actively working on. But for the most part, I think I'm on the winning side of dealing with these insecurities. So now, please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What could be some insecurities that you struggle with that could have a flip side? Like I said, something that you perceive as a weakness could be a strength. Something that you see as ugly can be beautiful. Something that you see as useless can be useful. It's really about switching up our perspectives and really realizing where are these voices coming from? When we see ourselves in the mirror and we put ourselves down, when we feel small and voiceless and unempowered, are these voices and influences really coming from us, or is it just these set invisible standards that are fed to us by Instagram, by Facebook? So this is a tag, right? So I tag all of you who watch this video. You can make a video if you want. Let me know if you have. I would totally love to watch it. Or just leave it down in the comments down below. 3 insecurities that you could switch up to be strengths. Please like this video if you liked it. I make mental health videos every Monday, and Fridays I will occasionally post videos of whatever else I feel like making. Sometimes I do get ready with me's and talk about real topics. Sometimes I do vlogs, whatever I feel like making that week. So check out my channel to see those videos and subscribe if you like what you see. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!